Hey everybody, Dr. Eric Plasker here. Welcome to Weekly 100. I am on the beach here at Dana Point, California. We just had a great seminar and event teaching doctors how to help you and your families live their ideal 100-year lifestyle. And it was absolutely fabulous. We're excited about that. I'm waiting for Barrett Hedges to join us because this show, Weekly 100 today, we are going to talk about Wild 100. We're actually going to talk about adventure. We're going to talk about opportunity. We're going to talk about passion. And so I know Barrett, he is wanting to join this broadcast. So let's let him. What do you say? Barrett, I just saw you. I lost you there for a second. Let's see. There you are. I'm going to add you as a guest as a result of this. So I'm waiting for you to pop up here. While we're waiting to see Barrett, we're waiting. Hopefully I can see the technology working here. So Barrett's in and out. But listen, I was talking to a lot of doctors this weekend. We want to help people in every community live their ideal 100-year lifestyle. I know that I'm going to go get adjusted by my good friend, Dr. Daniel Kimbley, soon to be in Dana Point here. And in addition to making healthy lifestyle choices, we're going to do that. And I know that a lot of these doctors that we work with, very passionate about your health and vitality. But we're not the only passionate people, because there's a bearded guy who's on the line with us right now. Barrett, welcome, my man.
Hey, it's good it works.
It's good it works, right? Hey, listen, you got to be ready. If you're passionate and adventurous, you can create opportunities, which is really what we're going to talk about today. So thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, it's good to be on the phone. You're at the beach. I'm in the mountains. Two beautiful places.
I know. How cool is that? And so, so where are you? I'm in Dana Point, California. Where are you?
I'm in Banff National Park, Alberta, in the Canadian Rockies, just north of Yellowstone. The same, the whole Rocky Mountain chain. It's a beautiful day. It's probably about 20 degrees, but that's wintertime in the Rockies.
It is beautiful. We were just up there for your wedding. Congratulations to you and Twyla on a beautiful wedding in a beautiful setting. So what are you going to do up there in Banff? And I think you said you're headed to Jasper.
Yeah, the mountains is where a wildlife photographer dreams to live. And, that's what I do and travel and photograph in the winter. We're about to go winter camping. But, you don't live unless you camp when it's around 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you live at that point.
Well, now you're getting a little crazy, man. It's not really fun unless you go with your chiropractor, though. Come on, right?
Yeah, he helps you after you're laying on the cold car floor for a few days to get re-straightened.
Very good, very good. So listen, you and I, we got to know each other through a great adventure, a passionate adventure in Brooks Falls, Alaska, where we got to be with the bears. Talk to us about what got you into all this adventure, and why do you think it's so meaningful from your perspective? I'll certainly share mine. To get outside, step away from your life, and explore things and kind of get to know yourself even better out there in the wild.
Yeah, the wild just gives you a lot of peace and quiet that you don't get in these days and age with the phone everywhere. Getting off the grid in Alaska is about the most thrilling experience you can have, with no access to news, Facebook, Instagram, any of that. You, yourself, and nature, and living out there free and just no worries, which is it's hard to go back to reality once you do leave the wild, because it's so nice and free-feeling out there. And just seeing the wild animals living in their natural habitat, doing their thing and not worrying about us. It's just so cool to even experience that, in a close, proximity to them. And I just love the peace and quiet and no worries about anybody else.
Yeah, and you said something that is very meaningful from my aspect of it with what we do. People living their ideal 100-year lifestyle. It is sometimes hard. We go on vacation, we get away, we break away, and then it can be very challenging for people to go back into a life that they are not passionate about. And I think what's so exciting about spending this time, Wild 100, out there in nature, Yellowstone National Park, we're going to go there in February, and it's basically going to be a mastermind session for your entire life, so that you can feel excited and confident about the life that you get to go back to. So you get to enjoy this incredible playtime experience, while at the same time you get to go back to a life that you're passionate about, and then we get to do it again in lots of great places. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and you get to carry that wildness back with you, that you've learned out there. And being wild is good. You know, you don't need to be the average Joe that does the same thing as everybody. You need to live your life, you know, as you feel free and led to do, and take your own twists and turns and not just follow the normal path.
Yeah, you know what I loved about when we went to Alaska. Certainly, most of you know my wife Lisa's a photographer. That's how you guys met out there in Lake Clark, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was Lake Clark,
Alaska, on that bear trip, and being out with you guys in the wild like that and getting behind a camera actually really changed me. In fact, Lisa was joking when we went to Jasper last time. I was tracking animals, man,
yeah,
with my camera. And what I enjoyed, and I would love for you to share the peace and quiet about what I'm about to say here from your perspective as a professional, is the timelessness, being in nature behind the camera, and also just staring at the world, looking at the world differently, but also focusing within your camera, looking at different perspectives that you may never see, seeing the big picture without the camera, but then inside the camera, seeing different perspectives. Talk about that a little bit.
no, it's definitely true. When you look through a camera lens, you see it totally different than the naked your eye because it's zoomed in. You know, your focal is zoomed in closer on the object, which gives you a different type of focus, which you can translate to learning in many different ways of everybody's lives, just because it kind of takes everything away from the outside and lets you focus more in on what you need to.
Yeah, it's really true. And, you know, again, taking that back out into your life, I'll tell you what was really interesting. I'd be standing right next to Barrett, right next to Lisa and Twyla. We'd all take pictures. I'd look in their camera and I'm like, were we in the same spot?
Yeah.
Did we actually
There's many
see the
different
same
perspectives
thing?
from the same perspective.
Yeah, and what's great, and I think that's what we're going to talk about a lot when we're riding around in this private snow coach together and snowshoeing around the Grand Prismatic.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about all the different perspectives that maybe you're not seeing in your own life, that by being out there in nature and getting people like myself and or Barrett and quite honestly the other people that are going to be joining us on our adventure here, you're going to go back and see your address, your perspective completely differently. I know with what we do, helping doctors to be more effective, helping people like you in the world to live better lives, healthier lives, clearing out your nervous systems, helping you make better choices, different choices in your life. You realize, and with these doctors, that your world can change without changing your address, just by seeing these different perspectives.
Yep.
And so talk to us a little bit about why Yellowstone in the winter. What's so special about it, Barry?
The winter, you know, obviously it's cold, but the beauty of Yellowstone is really hard to explain until you've been there and seen all these trees covered in beautiful hoarfrost in the morning, glistening in the sun, and then the steam rising from all the geysers. We can only see geysers like in a few places in the world, and Yellowstone has the most anywhere in the world. And then you got the animals on top of that, the bison, the elk, maybe a bobcat, wolves. I mean, there's so many options, just the diversity and the quietness of the winter. You know, the summer in Yellowstone is bonkers, crazy busy, but the winter is very calm, quiet, much slower pace. You get to enjoy the beauty of the nature and the place you're in. And I mean, it's just I don't even know how many different trips over how many different years, and every time it's different. Every time I go, I learn something new, see something different. It never gets old.
Well, you know what? It's certainly not going to be old this time, because this is an adventure that when we went to Brooks Falls, and you go to a lot of different places and you get amazing pictures. Talk to us about, give us a story maybe that happened in Yellowstone one time about, in fact, you know what? Tell us about that time that you went and this otter comes sliding down the mountain.
Yeah, I mean,
the snow otter turns into 70 million views.
Yeah.
70 million views. You can see it at BarrettHedgesPhotography.com or BareheadPhotography.com.
I mean,
I think
it's going to change the world perspective on anything. And just, you know, I've seen otters all the time. Well, not all the time, but a decent amount of time in Yellowstone. And they're always fun to find in the winter on the ice, rolling and playing around. And there was like one little hole in the ice, you know, 100 yards down the river, and he popped his head out. And I took pictures the first time he came sliding our direction, because that's what I do. I'm a photographer. But the second time I was like, that's really cool to capture on video, because it's kind of a different behavior and looks like he's just having fun like I would have if I was sliding on ice. And so I took a video of it, and he was just having a grand old time and staying there beside my buddy Justin. We're just smiling at each other, and enjoying the moment even as I'm taking it. And it was just so much, and then, I just posted it. It went crazy over the internet. It's actually going back around the internet right now, I think. So you just never know.
Why don't you post it? Why don't you post it to the 100-Year Lifestyle fan page too, and to my page? We'll share that around too.
Yeah, I can do that for sure. But yeah, I mean, just like that, like a moment in time that's different, and just that one moment changed a lot of people's view on otters and how much fun they can have. And we can change that perspective for the people who come with us on the trip.
That's great. And when you're out in nature like that, and you just have experience that are unexpected, that new view of the world can really make a difference in your whole life. As we wind down, Barrett, we're really excited. I know Lisa and I are really excited about bringing our friends, colleagues, and people in the world that we've never met, maybe that just want a new adventure, that they want to get out of the mundane. We're going to go to Yellowstone National Park February 15th to 19th for Wild 100. If you want more information on it, you can get it at 100-Year Lifestyle fan page. I'm going to post this video to the 100-Year Lifestyle fan page. You can get it at Bearhead Photography or bearheadphoto.com with Barrett Hedges. And we're going to have a great time. We want to share it with you, whether you join us or not. 2018 is coming. Embrace your passion, be adventurous, seize the opportunities, and live your best life every single day. So adjust your lifestyle, everybody. Live your 100-year lifestyle. And thanks for watching.